In this video we're going to talk about domain names. What we're going to cover is what is a domain name, how to choose the appropriate domain name, researching them, where to find them, where to get a domain name, and then how to redirect your domain name to your URL or your affiliate link. Then I'm going to show you how you can forward that so it appears in your website name. So firstly, a domain name is the web address where people can find you, or your URL. Now, you would have all been given something like this, which has got the 21st Century Education product owner there and your unique affiliate ID code here. As you can see, when I hover over that, it confirms that that is the correct URL that I'm promoting, or the product that I'm promoting. So whether it's ours or whether it's a ClickBank affiliate link, they all pretty much look the same. Now, the reason we get a separate domain name is because if you go and ask people, what's your website, then you've got to give them this big long URL, 21stcenturyeducation.com.au/cmd.php. Get my drift? Okay, so it's much easier to come up with a shorter phrase or a shorter keyword, a couple of keywords. So this is how people will find you, having a website address. And the things you need to consider when you're coming up with a domain name is, what are people looking for? So if you're promoting an investment product, if you're a plumber promoting your services, or if you're a teacher promoting a new book, you need to have keywords that people will actually type into Google. Okay, so sometimes people will come up with these unbelievable keywords. However, if there's no demand for that keyword, meaning that no one is actually typing that specifically in, then it makes it very difficult for you to get traffic. And you'll want to also look for keywords of how to solve somebody's problem. The keywords such as how to something or other, how to invest in Australia, Melbourne plumbers, brand new education book, something like that. What people are searching for is what they'll type into Google. So let's go and have a look at that. Now, when you're choosing a domain, it needs to be keyword rich. So 2 or 3 words is good, and as I said, it needs to be related to your topic, and it's what the customer is going to actually type into Google for you. So for example, let's use yourself. When you first came to the company, what keywords did you search for? For me personally, I typed into Google how to get rich, financial education Australia, make money from home, work from home, all of those things, because they're the things that I was looking for. I was trying to solve a problem. I wanted to learn more. I wanted to learn about investing, so those exact keywords are what people are typing into Google every day. So using this example, investments, that's a broad term. Investments is a broad term. Investment seminars breaks it down, niches it down even further. But if I'm looking for an investment seminar to attend in Melbourne, then that's exactly what I'm going to type in, investment seminar Melbourne. And if that keyword is available, or that's in the top page or the first page of Google, then I'll actually click on that website. Now, before we start researching or coming up with names, you need to go into Google keywords. You type in the keyword you're looking for into Google, and it'll bring up this link. So you go to Google, type in Google keyword tool, and then click on the first link there. So let's go and check that out now. Okay, I'm in the Google keyword tool, and you'll have a number of different things here, but it'll take you straight to this page, and we just type in our keyword here, which is investment. Then I'm going to select this checkbox here, only show ideas closely related to my search, and then I'll press search. What will happen is Google will go and search all the most commonly searched terms for you. And then what it does, it breaks it down into groups, right? So in this example, we've got property investment, bonds, rates, investment funds, etc. Let's have a look. Keyword is the term here. Then it's the competition, the global monthly searches, 16 million for that keyword investment, and locally monthly is 500,000 people searching for that. Right, this makes it very, very competitive. So there's a lot of people searching that keyword term, but it'd be very hard to own that. That would already be taken, that term, and something similar. So what we're looking for is, let's have a look at, okay, let's use the first one, property management. Just say that you are a Property Direct member, or an Australian property member, or US property member, for example, or just you're promoting the home study. As you know, the home study has a lot of property information and education, so we want to have a look at those. So I could select all of these, because I'm going to go and see if any of those keywords are available to buy for a domain name. But before I do that, I want to break it down again. So if we look at property investment tips, okay, there's 1,900 searching globally, but less, 590 monthly. Property investment, for example, is 450 globally, 1,000, and 74,000 monthly. So I may remove this one here, because there's only 480 people searching that exact term per month, and I might remove 390, 320, and 590, for example. Okay, so on the left hand side it's got my saved ideas, so I'm going to copy those, right, and I'm going to paste them. I've just pasted them into a spreadsheet, okay, because I'm going to refer to them later on. So for example, let's have a look at something else, property investment. Let's find more like this. All I've done is click the little arrow, gone show more like this, and that's exactly what it'll do. It's loading, it's searching, and then it brings another group of keywords. As I said, what you're looking for is searches, keywords that people are actually typing into Google and searching for you. That's very important that you do that. So I click this little plus button, it breaks it all down again, and then it's a process of elimination. I like this one because it's got 3,600 monthly searches. I like buy investment property, I like buying investment property. I'll leave these other two out, 210, 290. I'll keep that one, and I'll keep the bottom three. Now what it does, I go to the left hand side under the keyword buying property, and I copy that list, and I'm going to paste it into my Excel spreadsheet. So as I said, what you're paying attention to is the amount of people searching for that exact term. In this example, how to buy an investment property. That's exactly what people are typing in. Not buying an investment property, but how to buy an investment property. Buying your first investment property. These are actual searches that people are doing. So they're quite good. All right. So let's go and buy a domain name and see if these are available. Okay, where to get a domain name? There's a number of different places. You know, if you get stuck, just go into Google and type in the keyword that you're looking for. In this case, domains. And you'll have the most popular ones, GoDaddy, Namecheap, Crazy Domains. Whatever domain you get, they're all very much of a muchness. They're all competitive. They're on average $10 per year. And you can save by buying longer time frame. But you can just go to Google, as I said, type in domain names and select which one that you want. Okay, I'm at GoDaddy.com. You'd need an account and need to log into that. So this is free. Just go to GoDaddy.com, join, and you'll get a free. This is where you can buy your domain name. So what I've done is I've pasted in the keyword I was looking for, investment property, for example, and I'm going to see if it's available. So GoDaddy will search this. It's already registered, as you can see. Investmentproperty.com is already registered. However, these other ones are available. Okay, I don't really want those other ones. You've got similar ones. .co, info, net, org, ca, etc. You only buy the .com, not the .net, not the .info, the .com only and always. Why? Because that's what will get ranked. That's what people trust. People will always trust the .com. If you've got a competitor who has the investment.co or investment.info, and you've got the .com, well, usually people will go to the .com as opposed to the other extensions. Now, if you own property investment or investmentproperty.com and you want to buy the other ones, then feel free, because then you own the lot. But there's no point going crazy. .com. If you get the .com.au, you need to legitimise that you are an established business, an ABN, and that'll take a few days. Okay, so that one's taken. So let's look for something else. I'll go to my keywords that I pasted into my spreadsheet, and one was where to buy investment properties. So where to buy investment properties is already taken, but the other ones are available. So no, not interested in that. Let's go buy an investment property. Let's go back, buyinvestmentproperty.com. Let's see if this is taken. Buyinvestmentproperty.com. Congratulations, that's available. So if I want to buy that, I just do so. Okay. Now this one is buy an investment property. I can go to view. Now it's a bit tricky here for this one, because they want me to make an offer on this, and there's 2 days and 21 hours left. So the offer is $500 or more. Okay, so I don't actually want that. I'm not going to pay $500 for one. So let's go for another search. Buy investment property, search. Okay, so I might want something similar. Buy investment property US. So just say I wanted similar options. Buy property.com. Buy investment capital. See how it gives you other domain names that related to that. Buy investment. This is what people are actually typing in. So just say I wanted this. Okay, I want that one, and I want that one. For example, you just select add, and then it appears up here on the right hand side. You confirm your order and then continue on to the checkout. Okay, then it'll give you the option to buy a number of other different things. If you want your domain name registration private so no one else can see it, you select those things. However, a $10 domain name could end up costing you $60, $70 by the time you buy all these other things. So just stick to buying the domain name on its own, and then go for it. So I'm not going to actually go ahead and buy this, because I actually don't need it, but at least you get the idea. So then you can then go and continue to buy as many domain names as you want, because the idea is to redirect it continually to your website. What we're going to go through now is actually redirecting your domain name. So your affiliate needs to be redirected to the selected domain name that you've just bought. As I said, for people to try and remember your long affiliate link, it's going to be difficult. So if you've got a new one, then it's a matter of just pointing that new domain name to your affiliate link. And it's easy for people to remember a short domain name. What you need to do is you need to go into your GoDaddy account and look for the redirection section or forwarding. Now, Crazy Domains is a little different, Namecheap, etc. So these are the sections that you need to look for. Either locate them in your help section of the domain name that you chosen, or in GoDaddy. Let's have a look at how you forward a domain name right now. So what we do is once you're in GoDaddy, you go up here to the top to My Account, and then it'll give a drop down and you press Domains. Now I've got a number of different domains here, so let's have a look at what I've got available. So let's just use property to buy in Australia. Okay, I'm going to use this domain name. Okay, so I press launch, Now what I'm doing is I'm pointing my domain to my affiliate link. Okay, so this is your back end here. You can see it's got property Dubai in Australia.com. That's a domain name I've bought. Okay, so it's locked, URL forwarding off. Right, so what I want to do is point my affiliate link to property Dubai in Australia.com. And the way I do that is I go to this button where it says forward. So forward domain. And then it'll open up and give me a box here. Now what I do is I locate my URL, which is my affiliate link. As you can see, this is it here, 21stcenturyeducation.com/ and then my affiliate code. Okay, so it's just a matter of pasting it in there. Then I'm going to select advanced options. If I just want to forward the URL to that domain name, I select this button. However, if I want to forward it with masking, I do it to this button. So I'm going to do it forward with masking. So property to buy in Australia. Description, learn how to buy property in Australia by cash flow property in Queensland, Melbourne, Sydney, for example. So, you know, it's a matter of just typing in what it is you want in the description. Cash flow, fix that up. And the keywords, buy property Australia, invest in property Sydney, buy houses Melbourne, property finance. So what you're doing is you're coming up with related terms. Now these are tags that people will type in to Google to find you. So you know, and have a think about it. The description is obviously what your intention is, what you have, what your product is, and then the keywords are what you want people to type in. Okay, so now with masking means that when people type in property buy in Australia, then that's exactly what appears in your web browser. Okay, now I'll give you an example. So once I've done that, it says your changes have been submitted. These will usually take an hour. Now, as I said, if you can't find the masking section, it's usually located under forwarding or redirection. But as long as you get the forwarding part right. So let's go to a browser. Now, for example, what I'm doing is I've gone to, let's go again. What I'm doing is I'm going to just paste my URL. As you can see, 21st Century Education and my identifier code. If I press enter, what will happen is
you want to create an awesome...
There's your landing page, but what will happen is it's a completely different URL. It says lead franchise.
You want to create an awesome life. If you want to...
Okay, so it's got 21st Century Education /franchise. Right, let's do that again. I type that in, press enter, and it comes to the franchise website. Okay, it comes to the franchise website. However, because I've redirected it to property to buyinaustralia.com, what will happen, because I've masked the URL, that's what will appear up there. So let me just copy that. So that's what will appear up there. Not today, but probably tomorrow. So we won't have the franchisee landing page URL, it'll actually have this one. Does that make sense? And that's what forward masking does, is actually allow you to do that. Now, just forwarding your URL is fine because that still leads you to the main page and it doesn't have all your numbers over it. Okay, so it's a matter of choice if you want it masked. I like it masked because I want to be promoting that. Now, this is just a landing page. Ideally, what you want it pointed towards is a blog where you can have these keywords in your blog throughout, and then they may have a banner where they click onto your URL page, but we'll cover that later. So just to refresh, what we've done is we've gone in, we've done a keyword research on the keywords that we want. We've gone into the Google AdWords tool to have a look at what's available. The thing that we were looking for is how to see what people were searching for, and the main things we were focused on are the numbers, right? So let's go for this one, for example. So what we're looking at here is we're looking at the global searches and the monthly searches. All right, the higher the better, obviously, but you can see there's a lot of high competition. So medium, high competition. However, even if there is high competition, my belief is actually swimming in the big pool with the big players, but finding a good keyword in what the demand is already. So, you know, some people come up with really unbelievable keywords. However, they've got a very low search rate, so not many people are searching for that. So you might as well be the little fish in the big pond, and there's lots of different ways. Now, you know, you can, as I said, you can do a suffix or a prefix. You could have get investment properties revealed, new investment properties, buy investment properties in Melbourne. You know, it's a matter of just tapping into your creative juices to be able to see that. So once we've established that there's some good searching done on these keywords, then what we did is we went into Google and typed the keyword in. Okay, and then found out if that was available. If it's not available, then, you know, you should have a list of 20 or 30 keywords that you can call on, and then you can type in to see if they're available or not. It does take a little bit of time, but as you get better, I'm going to show you some crazy ways to fast track this. However, I need to keep you learning the basics of keyword research before we get straight into the advanced stuff. Okay, so keep an eye on that. Do some proper research, then go and see if it's available and then buy it. Okay, so we've covered domain names, SEO and keyword research. Look forward to the next series of videos. Catch you later.